The district, DC, the nation's capital. This is Washington, DC, and this is I Travel for Coffee. What's going on, everybody? Coming to you today from beautiful spring weather of Washington, DC, in the nation's capital. So if you didn't know, Washington, DC has been the capital of the United States since 1800. Before that, it spent a very short period of time in Philadelphia and Pennsylvania. But this city is a melting pot of people. So what that brings is a melting pot of different types of coffees. I'm really excited about a few of these places that we're going to go to. We're going to switch things up a little bit as well today. So what in the world does District of Columbia even mean? Well, Columbia is actually named for, you guessed it, Christopher Columbus. So that's where it derives from. And back in old poetry days, when people would write about America and they'd write about what they thought of here, sometimes it was also referred to others in those poetry as Columbia. And so District of Columbia, now you know. All right, so how are we gonna switch things up today? Well, I've been hearing quite a bit that I should put a rating scale on this coffee. And when I initially started doing this, I decided totally against doing that. But I have decided we're gonna start doing that. So on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm gonna start rating how I feel about coffee. So you wanna stick around the whole way to the end and see which one in Washington, DC gets the highest rating. Basically, anything below a 5, it's probably not that great. Anywhere between a 5 and a 7, it's an okay cup of coffee. 7 and an 8, yeah, we're getting up there. 8 and above, now we are in amazing coffee territory. If you are anywhere near a 10, between even 9 and 10, that is a high score coffee. And we can start keeping track of that. And we can make a nice little map all over the place that says, these are the coffee shops that scored above a 9. So, new concept, but we're gonna give it a go today. Take you with me. We are heading down to one of the local favorite coffee shops here in Washington, DC, and that is Dua Coffee. D-U-A, if I'm saying that wrong. Let me know down in the comments, because that's what I've always called it. And there's a good possibility I am saying that totally wrong. This is a woman-owned Indonesian coffee. So very earthy tones to Indonesian coffee. Oftentimes can be roasted anywhere from medium to dark, and tends to take on its own flavor. Indonesian is a very unique flavor, and I want to know what it's like as a single origin espresso. So we're gonna check it out, and we're gonna rate this thing. All right, so we are at Dua here in Washington, DC. This is an Indonesian women-owned coffee shop. Really great coffee here. This is a local favorite. This is actually the closest one to, say, downtown DC. And when I say downtown, I'm talking all the attractions like the White House and the Lincoln Memorial and things like that. This is the closest shop that we will visit today to those attractions. Now, when people think of Indonesian coffee, you could go all different types of ways. You could think Sumatra coffee, you could think of Java, you could think of many different types, but Indonesian coffee is a very earthy based coffee. It has a flavor that is very unique when it comes to the coffee world. I enjoy it as a base for espresso, so I'm really excited to try this. And today, for the first time, Dua, you will be the first one who gets a review on a scale of 1 to 10. All right, we're gonna go in for this, see what it's like. Indonesian coffee. Here we go. So right off the bat, I'm really surprised at how smooth that is for a Indonesian coffee. It has that earthy undertone. It has that almost straw grass flavor to it. All right, Dua coffee. Downtown, Washington, D.C. Where does it rate? How is it when you're cruising around the White House, checking out the Lincoln Memorial? Should you come to Dua? First and foremost, yeah, you should. It's a good cup of coffee. But where does it score? I'm going to give Dua an 8.2. 8.2. So that's a good cup of coffee. Dua Coffee, Washington, D.C. Indonesian style coffee, 8.2. First ever rating on I Travel for Coffee. Really good cup of Indonesian coffee, very earthy, really smooth, which took me by surprise with a cup of Indonesian coffee. But yeah, this is one that you gotta try when you're in Washington, D.C. Again, you are right in the downtown of D.C. We are just blocks away from the White House and a few more blocks away from the Lincoln Memorial. So yeah, Dua Coffee right here, downtown Washington, D.C. Right there, am I getting it? Check it out. All right, we are on our way to the metro to take us to the next coffee destination. We're gonna be riding this a lot more because all the other destinations are off the metro in a different direction, but trust me, it's worth the travel to get to all 3 of these locations. So excited to take you with me. Let's go. All right, so it's a little bit loud, but we are on our way to Glenmont Station. That's where you want to go. If you're downtown, come to the Washington, D.C. Metro Center, and then hop the subway to Glenmont. Okay, we are making our way to the Union Market here in DC. Lots of little vendors inside the Union Market, but there's one in particular that we're going to check out. And I'm gonna give you a little hint. It has something to do with some coffee, a little espresso. I'm talking Peregrine espresso. See you there. So Peregrine Espresso is stop number 2 today in Washington, D.C. inside the Union Market. Here's the cup. I'm pretty excited about this. Let's go in for a taste. Oh man. Wow. That right there. Wow. So there's two of these locations here in DC. There's one right inside the Union Market here, and then they have a standalone coffee shop that you can check out as well. I love the market because you get to see a lot of other things. You can pick up some food while you're in here. You can hang out for a little while and you know, just walk around and have yourself a delicious cup of coffee. One thing that's cool about cities is the marketplaces. You really get a feel for what a city is like by checking out the marketplace. A lot of times your more local influenced shops find their way into markets like this one. And it gives you a better feel for the city that you're in. I think you get to see the culture and you get to really experience the city maybe through their eyes. You know, you're away from the chains, you're away from the things that you see every day, and you walk into an area that is really locally ran. A lot of local shops, and usually you get to see things that you would not normally see. All right, so let's get back to the coffee here. You could probably tell by my reaction there that Peregrine tastes pretty good. Lots and lots of espressos can sometimes be overpowering by the feeling of like a dark charred style coffee, kind of like the big boxes, but this one is super well balanced. It's still your classic espresso that you would normally get, but just a little different. All right, so I've been walking around the market for a little while now, and I think it's time that we give Old Peregrine Espresso here a review. It's really good. That is a classic espresso. It's not too dark. It's perfectly well balanced. It tastes like an espresso should taste. It's a really good cappuccino. This Peregrine Espresso, I hope you're ready for it. 8.7. This is a really good cup of coffee. If you're in DC, you need to check this out. 8.7 Peregrine Espresso. All right, there's a trash bin. So after you leave the Union Market, you're gonna wanna head down 5th Street Northeast. You're gonna walk that street for about 10 minutes and it's gonna take us to our next location for coffee here in Washington, DC. And this is a Ethiopian coffee roaster. And I don't wanna tell you what my favorite type of coffee is because it's like choosing a favorite child, which is not okay, but Ethiopian might be that coffee. So again, looking forward to checking this out. And the walk down through here is well worth it just in itself. It's a beautiful neighborhood, and yeah, it's just a nice walk. So we'll see you when we get to our next location. Okay, we are fastly approaching coffee shop number 3, and this is an Ethiopian coffee shop called Sidamo. It is on H Street Northeast, and yeah, I'm super looking forward to this one. Let's go in. Let's check it out, and I'll take you with me. So at Sadamo in Washington, D.C., we got a ceremonial set that is Ethiopian Yirgacheffe. Should have a blueberry aftertone in it. And it comes with a jebena, which is this little clay pot right here that they use all through Ethiopia, up into the Middle East, Egypt, areas like that. You'll find a jebena as well. Ethiopian coffee is one of the coffees that, when you look at coffee and you put them in order of maybe what the best coffee is, it's at the top of the list every time. So it's up there with Kona. Some people believe Jamaican Blue Mountain, but Ethiopian coffee is kind of where it all began. All right, so let's talk about what we know about Ethiopian coffee. Ethiopia is arguably where coffee came from. So first place coffee was discovered, and the story is that an Ethiopian goat farmer was herding some of his goats, and the goats got into a little tree and started eating berries off. Those berries ended up being coffee. He saw the goats starting to act a little hyper, a little weird, so he decided to try it himself, and it did the same thing for him. Fast forward a few years, and what ends up happening is Yemen decides that they're going to start cultivating these trees because they heard about how it makes people feel and how it gives you energy and keeps you up. Well, the monks in Yemen needed to be up all night, so they started drinking the coffee from the cultivated trees that they planted to keep them up throughout the night so they could do their prayer rituals. And yeah, there's coffee. Okay, so it's time to review Sadamo. As far as presentation goes, this is amazing. Like the ceremonial coffee, I mean, you can't top this. This is quintessentially one of the coolest coffee experiences I've probably ever had. So where are we at? As far as a rating goes, 9.2. Sadamo has crested the 9, which I honestly didn't think would happen on trip 1, but it just did. I don't know if anybody's going to top that today. Sadamo is a must stop in Washington, D.C. Must. All right, so we just finished at Sadamo, and I got to tell you, that is one of the best coffees that I've ever had in my life. It is expensive if you are getting the ceremonial coffee set, which I did, and it is about $30, so you're gonna pay for it, but it's an experience, and they're super nice in there. Everybody was really, really kind and excited that we came in. Is this the best coffee in Washington, D.C.? I guess you'll have to wait till the end to find out, but I'm gonna tell you it's pretty close. We're gonna head to our next location, and I'm gonna hop an Uber, and we're gonna go to the other side of the city. We'll see you when we get there. All right, so while we're waiting for our Uber, I just want to show you behind the scenes here of a fellow YouTuber here named The Dapper Hiker.
What's up?
Dapper is with me on pretty much every trip. He's doing his own thing behind the scenes. You should follow The Dapper Hiker on YouTube and give him some love.
Like and subscribe. Thanks.
Like and subscribe, The Dapper Hiker.
You'll get some behind the scenes of I Travel for Coffee if you come over to my channel, so we'll see you there.
All right, so we just hopped out of the Uber and we are at our 4th and final coffee shop of the day. This is called The Coffee Bar, also known as TCB, as the locals call it. And yeah, this is a locals coffee shop. This was one that people said that they go to quite often, and the espresso is really good. So we're gonna go in, we're gonna check it out, and we're gonna trust the opinion of the locals. They haven't steered us wrong. So The Coffee Bar, let's check it out. So what I hear from locals in this area is the coffee bar is a community. In fact, I just had the opportunity to speak to two locals while sitting here, and they said that this is a community staple, the coffee bar, for everybody who lives in this section of Washington, D.C. And that's awesome to hear. I mean, as I say in every video, that coffee brings people together, and that is a true statement. Sometimes coffee shops act as somewhere where people meet up. It's where friends meet. It's where people just sit down to have a conversation, and it's neat to hear that that's taking place in this portion of DC. But I think it's time that we give this a proper rating since we're doing that. All right, so TCB, the coffee bar, final rating for this. .4. It's a good cup of coffee. I would definitely have it again. I really like the atmosphere here. Again, cool people. If you're in this section of DC, check out the coffee bar. Like I said, there's actually two of them. And yeah, good coffee. 8.4 for the coffee bar. So while we were on this journey today, I had an individual at Peregrine Espresso who had let me know of another really good coffee shop here in DC, and that's called Little Hat Coffee. Really wanted to check that one out today, but unfortunately time did not permit us to try that. But I promise I will be back and I will try Little Hat Coffee. So if you're watching, I'm sorry I let you down, but we will try it at another time. All right, that concludes our day here in the nation's capital, Washington, D.C. If you like this kind of content, please like, subscribe. Let's go on this journey some more. Leave me a comment. Let me know what coffee shops you want me to visit next, and what are your favorite coffee shops in Washington, D.C., and everywhere for that matter. As always, coffee connects us. It brings us together. Sit down with somebody, have a cup of coffee, talk for a while. Thanks, everybody. This is I Travel for Coffee. See ya.